Hey guys, my name is Angelia and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build video. This time it was for a requested house by Lizzie Bear in the comments. She's a really lovely viewer and I had such a fun time chatting with her during the process of this and like sending her little update pictures. So right here, okay, I realize it looks weird, but I was basing this off of an actual house build and it also had blueprints attached to it, thank goodness, because you guys know how terrible I am at floor plans. So I was basing it off of that, so that's why there's like a bunch of boxes, because I was kind of starting to section out the rooms already, just to make it easier on myself in the long run. And I do end up switching lots, by the way. I realized A, this lot is too big, and B, Lizzie does not have cats and dogs, so Brindleton Bay was not an appropriate choice, but I put it there for the first part of this anyway. Because it was supposed to be like a farmhouse, like a rustic farmhouse type of a family thing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna find a lot where it looks like it's a farm area. And I was like, oh, you can actually see this like barn in the background, it's perfect. That was my only reasoning for putting it in Brindleton Bay. But we do end up moving it to Willow Creek. The packs we end up building with are Parenthood and what was the other one? I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know Parenthood was one of them. So I'm just trying to freaking... This house, it had like this very specific part of the roof where like those two pieces kind of attach. So you're gonna see me messing around with that. Also, this roof was like the bane of my existence. Oh, Laundry Day. That was the other pack. So we did Parenthood on Laundry Day, as well as obviously base game, which for me is very difficult to do because I'm so used to using everything, and I use a lot of season stuff. I really love the windows that came with seasons. They're super good. And actually, you know what? Windows and doors are also very amazing. Strangerville. Freaking love them. Like, not all the objects in that pack are great, like not practical for everyday use, but the freaking windows and doors, heck yes, I love them. Yeah, I think I did an okay job. You know, I'm usually not good with building with pack restrictions, especially since I do use quite a bit of custom content usually. Oh, this roof. At some point, once I get like all the pieces on there, you will see like a cut, because I was getting so frustrated that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna freaking fix this off camera because I feel like it's gonna take me 10 hours. It took me about an hour-ish to fix it. Yeah. So I was like, no one's gonna want to see me fiddling with this stupid roof for that long. Like, even this is ridiculous. Oh, I'm trying to get better with roofing. I am. I promise. It's just not, it's not a quick study for me, apparently. And yeah. I've been very interested in building houses lately. Like, I have so many pictures of houses saved that I want to build in The Sims. So if anyone needs a freaking house, let me know. Oh, I think the time jump actually just happened. Yeah, because the little L-shaped roof area is right there. I couldn't even tell, honestly. But it's been about a week since I built this house, so actually a little bit less, I think. I think I finished it mid last week. But yeah, I'm actually very proud of this house and I think it turned out cute. It's supposed to have a rustic feel to it, so I kind of struggled with paint and like roofing colors because, again, like base game and such, we don't have a lot of options. Not as much as we do in like cats and dogs especially. I feel like would have had a lot of options for me to use with like painting and stuff like that. Because I think there are like, I believe there are wall tiles that kind of look like, you know, like shingles and stuff like that to actually make it look a little bit more farmhouse? Farmhouse-ish is what I was trying to say, and apparently I combined the two words. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way this turned out. I think it's very cute. There does end up being quite a bit of shuffling around of rooms and such, especially with the downstairs room. Which you'll see once we get into the inside, and I'll explain it a little bit more later as to what the floor plan had it as. yeah, I'm just trying to pick a nice roof trim. Actually, I really like this roof color, so I'm pretty happy with it. I believe it stays the same. I don't think I change it. Because you know me and changing things last second. Oh my gosh, I'm still so excited about freaking island living. A lot of you guys suggested doing Survivor, which yes, it had crossed my mind. It wasn't at the top of my list, I'm gonna be honest. The one that I was talking about in the Big Brother video was actually Bachelorette. That was my idea. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a mermaid Bachelorette. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be freaking awesome. But a lot of you guys seem very interested in Survivor, so let me know which one, I guess. I'm still kind of sold on Bachelorette, if only because when I looked up, like, when I looked up Sims Survivor rules and whatnot, a lot of it was very similar to Big Brother, and we're still doing that, and obviously Big Brother's gonna be going on once this pack releases, because it's not ending, like, anytime in the very near future, even though honestly, I can't wait for it. Like, I'm very excited for the finale. I have, especially next week after the evictions. Anyway, but a lot of the rules are very similar, because in the show, Big Brother and Survivor very similarly played. You know, you do challenges for safety, except obviously they don't nominate anyone, and they aren't in a nice house with amenities and all that. But otherwise, it's kind of the same concept of voting for one another based on relationships and who gets voted off the island and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit unsure of that, only because we do have Big Brother going right now. Also, I can assure you those stairs and that floor tile do not remain. I do end up changing it. Actually, I don't even think the wall color I pick here is what stays. I think I change it a fair few times. The walls I really wanted to use, I believe, are in Dine Out, I want to say, because I thought they would have been so perfect. I know I was just like going on about cats and dogs. Cats and dogs have been great too, but they're like these slightly faded bricks in Dine Out. I'm pretty sure it's Dine Out that they came in, but I thought they would have been so perfect. Also, this house will probably end up in my save file, which I still want to do. I've been slowly working on. I've just been like building houses. But I think what I'm going to do is not rebuild all of the lots, only some of them. And like for the main families, you know, like the pancakes and stuff like that, just kind of remodel a little bit, give them a fresh coat of paint and stuff like that. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Also the windows were kind of frustrating me. And the window colors do end up changing. Again, I was going based off of a photo, and that front area where you see those two, it's the bottom, it's to the right of the door, that area right there where I'm kind of focusing on right there, but that bottom floor where those two windows with the shutters are, off to the right, that huge rectangle was actually supposed to be a garage. That was what I was talking about earlier. In the blueprints, it is a garage. I was really struggling and trying to figure out what to put there, because, I mean, we don't have cars, which I'm fine with, personally. I don't really care. That doesn't bother me. But I didn't know what to put there, because, like, in the blueprints upstairs had all the bedrooms, and they had the number of bedrooms that I needed for this particular house, because, Lizzie has a family of, you know, 2 adults and then 3 children. So I gave each child their own room, and obviously the adults a room, and then I still have this huge freaking space where the garage was supposed to go. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll put like a playroom down here, but this is way too big for a playroom. Like, it's just... Also, I was trying so hard to use these archways. I believe what I end up doing is like cutting out a hole in the wall, because the lighting is so weird with archways. Like, it's like it completely bleaches out the lighting and it just looks ridiculous. So that does end up changing big time, because I can't deal with that lighting. It's so weird. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I mean, you'll see what I do. The first idea, because I think I actually do the garage room first, and it ends up being like kind of like a guest room, and then I end up altering it quite a bit more and turning it into the master bedroom instead. It made a little bit more sense to me because it was a pretty big space, and I was like, you know what, the guest room shouldn't be bigger than the master bedroom. That's weird. So yeah, that's what happens with that. I'm pretty sure that's what I did, at least. Yeah, that's what I do, because I think I'm mixing it up with another house I was building at the same time. Also, I'm now noticing the right side of the house, like right there, with the window placements and like the arched roof, it kind of reminds me of the Amityville horror house. Yep. Like, now that I'm looking, I'm like, oh yeah, this kind of looks like Amityville. I was gonna do a sunken in like room, but I was like, this makes 0 sense, so I don't do it. Because if anything, I would do a sunken living room. And I was like, I don't feel the need to do it. I feel like this house is cute enough without that. So here I am trying to do the floor plan upstairs. For that front room, yeah, I get rid of that. Because floor plans are one thing, but when you're trying to build in The Sims, there are certain things that don't fit in certain spots. You know, like certain spaces just don't allow for it. You know, like bed placements, like sometimes they can't get into their beds and all of that fun stuff, so I was like, this is way too small of a space. So this is where I'm kind of opening things up a bit more, and I decided to do kind of my own floor plan while I was still doing the basis of the original one. But quite a bit of this gets changed as well. I think there ends up being a hallway somewhere. It looks a lot better than it does right now, I can tell you that much. So Lizzie, if you're watching this, finished product is great. This one, at the moment, not so much. But when I do put this in the save file, it will have a thermostat, and because pretty much all of the builds, like, I'm gonna go through every single lot and put in a thermostat, because even if you don't have seasons, it'll just disappear. But if you do have seasons, and like, say you go to a lounge in Willow Creek, there's not gonna be a thermostat and your Sims could get cold. So I'm like, let me just fix this issue, because I know it personally annoys me to not have the thermostat just automatically there. So I'm gonna go through and do that. So yeah, there will be a thermostat in this build, so won't have to worry about that. This is not currently up on the gallery. Don't know if I will upload it just yet. It's because it was for someone specific, so like, you know, I feel like they should have free reign of it right now. Also, if you heard my chair creaking, I apologize. It's old and it creaks. It's also very hot in here, so I'm like slightly dying sitting in this chair. But that should sound very familiar because it's always freaking hot in this room. Because my room is like a freaking easy bake oven, okay? It's just like a giant light bulb beating down on my face. Obviously that fridge did not stay. I was just trying to place things so I knew where they went. I do attempt to change the kitchen colors a few times, but then it ultimately will stay this color. I love that warm tone of those cabinets and that fridge. It's just so nice to me. These are easily my favorite cabinets right now, are the Parenthood ones. I was very happy that I got to use Parenthood stuff in this build, because there are a lot of nice items in that, and also in Laundry Day, so pretty happy that I got to use both of those, to be honest. If it had been like freaking my first pet stuff, oh my god. This would have been a really rough build, guys. A really rough build. But this one, it turned out pretty nice, I think. I do put move objects on at some point, and I believe I just end up like copying and pasting this stupid thing because I was using it so much, it was driving me absolutely nuts. But yeah. Everything should be usable. I play tested it a little bit. I'm assuming Lizzie probably would have let me know if something wasn't working properly by now. She hasn't said anything, so I think everything's copacetic. It's good. Yeah, I really like this kitchen. I will say that. Like, if you end up seeing me use this house build, I have no responsibility for that whatsoever, because it's a cute build. And it's a very livable space. Like, there is some open space, but there's not a ton of open space, you know? Oh my god, these couches were the bane of my freaking existence. Like, Okay, so they're both from the Parenthood pack, alright? Stick with me here. They're both from the Parenthood pack. Just one's a love seat and one's an actual sofa. Why do they not have matching swatches? Like, I didn't want them identical, but even just like the wood color on the outside, I would have liked it to match. It was really irking me, because like, even if I got something close, it was pretty much gray and white. I was like, this just bleaches the room of color. So I don't want to do that. It was giving me a really hard time, so I was very, very frustrated by it. So I'm hoping that those, like, I don't even remember how many swatches they said that we're gonna be getting soon. Hopefully that will help with this issue. I'm very excited about the swatches. Just by the way, just super duper excited about that. I don't remember what color couches I ended up using, to be honest. I was trying to stick with a more rustic feel, but I feel like I have kind of a more bohemian style decorating thing. Like style, because I usually end up going with like movie hangout stuff. And I just like really like unique and eccentric things hanging on the walls and stuff like that, so I was doing my best not to do that, because obviously I couldn't use oh my god, the layout of this, by the way, driving me nuts. Also, that chair, it just feels like, I like that chair, but like compared with the couches, it just doesn't feel funky enough to be going with that pack, and it was really irking me. I was really realizing the limitation. Oh my god, the stupid gnat is here again, are you kidding me? I was really realizing the limitations that we do have on certain building things from building this house, so definitely understand it. It's a bit frustrating. It just makes me want to go download more custom content, but I don't need more custom content. I was actually talking about this to Emily the other day. I was like, I keep telling myself I don't need it, and then I found a Mickey shower recolor, and I'm like, well, I do kind of need it. I haven't downloaded it yet, but you will most likely see it in my game very soon because it's too cute. Also, I love that table. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there. Thank you, Sims team, for that table. The fact of having a big round table is really great. I would like to see a round table that sits 8 Sims, so like, obviously if you have a full household, you could put them all there. I think that would be amazing! Oh, or like, I want like mega tables for like big family dinners and holidays and stuff like that. Granted, my family doesn't all sit at the same table on holidays, you know, it's like a few tables. And when we were kids, we being me and my cousins, because I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings, but we still go over to my grandparents' house, which we have since I can remember. Like, it's been going on since I was born. Before then, you know, because I'm the 3rd youngest of the cousins. I'm one of the babies, and we would always have to sit in, like, the normal family sitting room, you know, like with the TV and everything. We were always delegated to that room, and, like, the adults got to stuttering. The adults got to sit at the formal dining table, and then, like, I have obviously I have a bunch of older cousins. I'm 3rd youngest out of 8, and when they became like a certain age, they got to go and sit there, right? Because there was like an extra table in there for 4. So like, even though I was getting older too, I never got to sit at the big kids table with the adults, ever, not once, because I was outranked. It sucked. I'm just gonna throw it out there, family. It sucked. But now we all sit in the same room because everyone's an adult except for like my cousin's little girls. So yeah. Again, loving this kitchen, and I also love that I'm just sitting here rambling to you guys about absolutely nothing that isn't even important and not related to this build, but I think it kind of speaks for itself right now. This ends up being the laundry room. And yeah, I put in a hallway here because I felt like it made more sense to have a hall in there. That way I could have like a space to walk through to get to the laundry room and have it separate from that garage room area. Yeah, I was changing the floorboards to make it a little bit, still have that warm tone, but a little bit not orangey, just so it doesn't like you know, go with the cabinets is what I'm trying to say. And here I'm just placing everything that I know I want to use, especially from laundry day. Because there are some really beautiful, like, decor objects from laundry day stuff. I don't even remember what it's called. The laundry pack. There are so many freaking packs. I especially love the wreath, which I think I use a few times in this build because I really adore that wreath, and those rugs are gorgeous. I love woven things like that. That's really my style. So in terms of objects and such, I love the laundry stuff pack because it's right up my alley. It's right up there with movie hangout stuff. So, which I will say, I know a lot of like Sims YouTubers have done, you know, like the rankings of their favorite packs and whatnot, and movie hangout's actually usually pretty up there. It's probably still my top one, and it has been since it came out. There's just a lot of fun stuff to do in that pack. You got the popcorn, you got the movie screens, you got that beautiful lantern tree, which reminds me of Tangled. And then, you know, you got, it's just gorgeous. It has funky patterns. Anyway, I was trying to, I was making sure that you could actually utilize the space in there, but then also just putting in a bunch of clutter items to make it, you know, a little bit funkier and make it look a bit more lived in. I really wanted a sink in there because it just, I don't know, it made sense to me at the time. We don't have a sink in our laundry room, now that I'm thinking about it, but we have the cat litter box in there. But ours is like a really weird type of space. It's like, it's right where the garage door is, like to go into the garage. And on the left-hand side, if you're entering from the garage, are the washer and dryer. And then across from it is like this big closet space with like a bunch of shelving units. So we have like our paper towels, batteries, and stuff like that stored there, so we can just easily grab it. But then there's like this huge freaking space, so we just kind of push the closet doors open and they cover where our storage stuff is, and then all the cat garbage is in there. So that's fun. I love the yellow rug, and I thought, you know what, we need some pops of color because I'm a girl that likes color. I can't do monochromatic builds, like I can't. If you're looking for someone to do like a black and white build, I am not your girl, because if it's not pretty and colorful and bright, then I'm probably gonna be bored. And that it just feels more fun. I'm also texting Emily real quick. Just doing a voice over. And if she watches this, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Which is quite funny. Oh my god, I am legit just sweating right now. I don't know if it's this like, because I have this like Aladdin nightshirt that I got from the Disney store for like 12 bucks. Super cute. But it's like this, I don't know, it's like a soft material. It feels light, but I don't think it is. I think it's actually like pretty sweaty material. I'm not happy about it. What is this? What are you? It's not telling me. I'm feeling attacked. Oh, it's polyester. That might be why I'm a bit sweaty. Ugh. That, and I don't think the air is turning on, which is kind of a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. As I've been really sick to my stomach all night. That is also why I'm doing a voiceover and not actually recording, because I've been feeling very ill, so this is a lot easier on me. Plus I really wanted to get this build video out to you guys, especially because I know Lizzie's been wanting to see it, so that's what we're doing. And I'm very proud of myself, and I hope you guys are too, because I finished this build in 2 days. Alright, that's a record for me. It usually takes me like a month. I've been getting better at it though. Like, I need water, but I didn't bring my water over here. That's a bummer. So yeah, that upstairs though. It ends up, I really like the one room. I did like a space theme type room, and it's really cool. I'm hoping you guys will like it too. I was very proud of it when I did it. So here I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. You know, again, I was planning a playroom, so that's why you see me in like the kids section, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do a guest room. So that's what this is right now. as of this very moment, this is a guest room. Does not remain that way for very long. I can't remember if I think I might do the upstairs first and then come back and redo this. I don't actually remember, like, what order I did this in. Also, I believe I made this bathroom smaller because I was like, this is way too big for a bathroom. Granted, I have made bathrooms way bigger than this. I was like, why would there be like a 2-sink bathroom in a guest room? That makes zero sense. Angelia, what are you doing? So yeah, I made it a little bit smaller and gave the room some more space. And I actually think I bring the wall where the door, like the door to enter the room, I think I bring that in as well. Just to give some more space in that little hall area because it's very narrow. Did this end up having a purple theme at the end of this? I feel like it might stick with the purple theme. I think I do stick with that because I was really liking that because there are a lot of very lovely shades of lavender in the base game and such, so I was quite happy with that because lavender is my favorite color. So if I ever have a chance to do a purplish room, I will. I don't like to go too obnoxiously purple, like super bright purples or anything. It's usually going to be a lavender. Also, just as a footnote, I never put in curtains because A, they cut into things, B, they always like snap to the grid and it drives me up the wall. Also, that rug is freaking gorgeous. Look at that thing, it's so pretty. But they snap all the time and it makes me nuts. So I don't use them, plus they're just gonna add to bills. Especially since I know those do end up getting fixed, by the way. Since I do know that she was playing with a family, I didn't want to completely screw her over with bills. So yeah, there was that to consider. And also I can't be bothered with them. It's just too much effort, man. I can't. And in reality, I just plain forget. To be honest, I just forget. You know, it's not a top priority for me. That's just the curtain. Granted, in real life, it's kind of a priority, but not in The Sims. I actually think we're almost done with this part of the speed build. This will be a multi-part speed build video because I spent probably 6 to 8 hours in total building this house. So that's a lot of footage to kind of smush together, but I do my best. It's sped up quite a bit because I'm a bit slow at building. But yeah, I'm very happy with the end result of this build, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next part. I hope you have a magical day. I already said that. I'll see you next time. Bye!